As a scientist, I didn't believe in psychic powers. Then I experienced something that changed my life. And that's what happened to me. Except I was a believer anyway, but not in a believer that I personally had all these abilities. This is pretty much what's been happening in scientific circles in the last 10 years. Apparently, so this is about one of the stories. Apparently, Janet began spontaneously speaking South American tribal languages after participating in a holotrophic breathwork session. Spontaneously speaking South American tribal languages? Sounds ridiculous, so the researcher was a little reluctant to publish those results. After the breathwork session, where the languages emerged, Janet claimed she learned how to access this ability simply by shifting her awareness, shifting her frame. Of course, at that point, she wasn't even certain that what she was speaking was a language. She felt and sounded like a language, but nobody seemed to recognize it. It was possible that she was just making up sounds that gave the appearance of language, and perhaps she was just speaking in tongues. After 4 years of searching, Janet eventually found someone who could help, the late Dr. Bernardo Piexoto, an anthropologist at the Smithsonian Institute and a shaman, was originally from the Uriu Wow Wow tribe in northern Brazil, where he was known as Ipu Piara, or Ipu. He recognized something in Janet's recordings that indicated that she was speaking Yanomami, a South American tribal language. This was the confirmation Janet had been looking for. And they went. This is the tribe that speaks that language to this day. Whatever you think it's all about, you're probably wrong. NIH, Scientific and Spiritual Implications of Psychic Abilities. Stanford University research. I mean, this is major stuff that's going on in scientific circles. Columbia University to study the neuroanatomy of psychic abilities. An ever-growing body of evidence that psychic abilities like telepathy, psychokinesis, astral projection, and channeling are not only real, they're quite common. In fact, an overwhelming body of evidence suggests that humans can access information beyond conventional notions of time and space. That begs the question, can psi abilities be mapped to the structure of the brain? The answer is absolutely 100% yes. They've done these studies. Where does the brain waves go when psychic ability happens? I know it goes in epsilon. A certain amount happens in gamma, hypergamma, lambda. A certain amount is associated with the default mode network function. But I've explored all of those, and by far the one that accesses it the most is epsilon.